What's up, guys? This is Vox back with another video. This time we're going to do movement. Really important. Heading to the dojo right now so we have some room to run around. Alright, so if you can master movement in this game, then you'll do pretty well. You can make a lot of subpar equipment go really far if you basically just know how to move. I guess we'll just start with the basics. So I play on PC and I have default keybind, so if you mess with those, these might be different keys, but you can figure it out. As you can probably tell, W, A, S, and D lets you move around. You aim with your mouse, so you just point in the direction that you want to go. So that's how you run around. If you hold shift, you'll sprint. While you're sprinting, if you press control, you'll slide. The longer you hold it, the longer you slide. Okay. Space is jump. You can double jump. And you can chain all these movements together. So you can sprint, slide, and then jump in a slide, and you'll do a bullet jump. That's what they call it. So from sliding to jumping, and then you can double jump in the air. If you hold down the right click on the mouse, it'll let you aim mid-air, and if I had a gun in here I could shoot, but it'll also kind of slow you down and let you aim where you're going. So you can chain things like that. So jump, jump again, aim glide is what they call this, and you can roll mid-air too, like that, and roll. So you can get some pretty good distance if you learn how to chain these together. And this is how people move through maps really quickly. I usually don't, when I'm trying to get from one side to the other, I usually don't do the aim glide thing because it slows down. So what I'll usually do to get across big distances is kind of jump up in the air, get a double jump going, and then roll. Another thing to consider is if you land really hard, if you land from from a large height, you will kind of stagger and you'll have to stand back up. See if I can get high enough to show you that. So if you land from really high, you're going to have to kind of get yourself back up. That's something you don't want mid-mission because it'll slow you down. So the way to get around that is to not land hard. So you can do that either. What I usually do is roll right before I hit the ground, because I'm already rolling anyway. When I jump around like this, the last movement is already a roll, so I don't have to worry about it. Or what you can do is do the aim glide right before you hit the ground. So just tap it, or hold it for the last second or whatever you feel like doing. But if you do that, then you won't have a hard landing, and then you can just keep going on. Otherwise you'll have to wait, and then you can't move for a second or two. Kind of screws up your flow. So if you tap shift mid-air, you roll. You can roll to the sides. So if you change your view to, say you're going forward, going that way, if mid-air I change my view by pointing the mouse to the side and then I tap roll, it'll make me roll to the side. I'm sure there's ways that you can roll on the ground to the side, but I don't fuck around with all that. Let's see if I can show you how to do that. So there you go, to the sides. That's really helpful if, say, you're aiming for a door and you just are about to miss it. It's kind of hard to do in here, but say you aim for a door and you're going to land like right there. Well, you can roll to the side and then you'll be right in front of the door and it won't slow you down. You can also do backflips by doing the same thing. Just point your camera behind you and you'll do a backflip. That one's I kind of just use for show. I don't really use it for much of anything unless, like, I'm about to go off the edge of the map or something, and I go, oh shit, okay, and then I'll backflip back and stop from going over the edge. But normally I just do that when I'm screwing around waiting for people at extraction or something. But it can be useful. Yeah, so this game is all about speed usually, and the more you're moving, the more enemies have trouble hitting you. So if you are in a really squishy frame like a Nova or, you know, anything else that's a caster that doesn't have a lot of health shields, you can stay alive a lot longer if you learn how to keep moving. Rolling, jumping, flipping, whatever you gotta do to not stay in one spot. And you can attack, you can shoot, you can melee attack from the air and everything, which I can't show you in here because there's no weapons in the dojo, but you get the idea. So that'll help keep you alive, and it also helps get you through the map quicker. So if you're trying to speedrun missions, it's going to take a lot longer if you just run through the mission, or even if you slide through the mission, than it would be if you just jumped, flipped, and, you know, had a good old time going through. Another thing is stairs. There's stairs in lots of missions. If you want to go up the stairs, you're going to have to go up the stairs, over here. That's annoying, that takes forever. So what you can do is, when you do the bullet jump, which is from sprinting, you slide and then you jump, you can also aim your mouse and that'll aim where you're going. You can aim straight up and you'll jump up in the air, so you get a really high jump. So you don't want to climb the stairs, you want to get up there, just jump straight up. There you go. That's how people get through missions, vertical missions, a lot quicker. Oop, sometimes you fuck it up if you're like me in a scrub. There you go. If it's really high, you might not be able to reach it, or it might take you an extra shot or two, but, you know. You can double jump, and then sometimes you can slow down. If you're right there, you'll be able to grab the edge and then jump up on it. So it really depends on the map and what you're trying to get onto. So yeah, it's all about chaining your movements, moving quickly, getting through the map quickly, avoiding enemy fire. That's basically what the game is all about. Certain frames are slower than others. Frost is not terribly slow, but he's definitely not one of the fastest. But as you can see, I'm moving around pretty quickly here. When I just sprint, I'm kind of slow. But, you know, if you use the movement to your advantage, then you'll get through here a lot quicker. And, so we'll go over the wall running. I don't usually use this very much. But if you're, basically if you're sprinting, you can jump at the wall and just hold sprint, and you'll just sprint along the wall. Some maps have canyons and stuff you can cross like that, but usually it's close enough where I can just kind of jump across like that. Especially some Corpus ones, I'll use the aim glide in the middle if it's really far, and then at the end of the aim glide I'll just roll, make it the last little bit or whatever. You can do it however you want. It's just a little slower to wall run, but you know, some people like doing that instead. And you can also, if you are climbing up a wall or you're on a wall, whatever, you can hold right click to aim and you'll attach to the wall. You can only do this for a certain amount of time. There's no gauge really that I know of that you can see how much time you have left, but it regenerates over time. So I can't stick anymore. Oh, I think maybe they changed it now. As soon as you break contact, you go back to full. Basically, you get a couple seconds of holding on. break contact. There you go. So you can sit up here and take out enemies if you want. You know, if there's a bunch of melee units, just grab on up here, shoot a couple, whatever. You know, it's another option. I don't do that very often. Depends on the weapon I'm using and the map and stuff, but it's another thing to add to your toolbox. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just practice the movements, learn how to move, and you will go a lot further in this game than you would if you had really strong gear and didn't know what the fuck you were doing. So, that's basically movement. If I forgot anything, let me know. If you want to see anything else, feel free to comment. And have a bunch more videos planned, so we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.